promise. If I can do it, I know you can do it.
So we are seconds away before the ladies take center stage here at Chandler Gilbert, a battle between the Coyotes and the Pumas. Coach Scott Smith's team is anxious to get back on track. The team is coming off Tuesday's 1-0 loss at Coyotes College. Tonight, the 4-7 squad faces the 7-3 Paradise Valley Pumas. Coach Christian DeVries, his boys, just knocked off the Chandler Gilbert men by the count of 3-1. So now looking for the sweep. They're coming off a Tuesday home win over Mason Community College. We kind of talked about it. Forward Harley Kuntz leading the charge, 11 goals, 25 points. And on the other side for Chandler Gilbert, they score by committee. Michelle Munoz and Melissa Galiz lead the way. They've got 3 goals apiece, and the very talented team plays with some heart. And we look at the starting lineup for Chandler Gilbert. Freshman goaltender Tatum Lally, 12th in saves in the league with 26. Number 3, Tess Pendleton. Freshman, 2 goals, 2 assists. Number 4, Kiera Kosick, 2 goals, 3 assists. Number 7, Aaliyah Flores, 1 goal, 4 assists on the year. Number 10, Melissa Galiz, 3 goals. Number 11, Michelle Munoz, we kind of talked about her. Number 13, Allie Mizell. Number 16, Michaela Sider. Number 17, Angelia Luciero. And number 22, Mia Romero. On the other side, Paradise Valley. Between the pipes, Emily Richards, 3rd. Grant in the conference with 60 saves.
Wow.
So that's a young lady who can bring it. Number 2, Samantha Garcia, defender. Number 4, Evelyn Cadenas, sophomore defender. Number 7, Emma Pasco, sophomore midfielder. Number 11, Jayla Patrick, sophomore forward with 5 goals, 4 assists. Number 12, Justine Underwood, 4th in assists in the league with 8. Sophomore forward. Number 16, Layla Salas, midfielder. Number 18, Joey Dunn. Number 19, Harley Kuntz, can't say enough about her. Number 20, Shayla Mobo, 3 goals, 2 assists. Mobo, name sounds familiar. Brother plays on the PV squad.
That makes sense.
Number 24, Jenna Youngs, freshman defender, as we are underway, already body flying to the turf, and Justine Underwood. Underwood, number 12, having a great season, 4th in assists, 16th in goals with 7. So no question, these teams are getting after it after the boys took center stage. First time around, Pumas' Justine Underwood's goal was the difference as PV knocked off the Coyotes 1-0 a month ago. Emily Richards, we talked about her being so good between the pipes. She picked up the shutout as these two teams met again. And Scott Smith, the coach of Chandler Gilbert, he likes to bring a lot of pressure, Grant, and with that, he's got to have a deep bench to do it.
Absolutely, because when you keep going for the full 90 minutes, it is extremely hard to keep your team pressing the entire 90. So when you have those players coming off the bench, it is imperative that they make an impact immediately when they get on the field.
So we see PV in the road blues and Chandler Gilbert in the home whites. And the ladies trying to get back and chase Justine Underwood. Underwood showing her skill set as the ball trickles out of bounds, and Chandler Gilbert doing a nice job getting it away from Underwood, who's an impact player, and she's on the throw-in and finding Jayla Patrick, and that's a great tandem right there as the ball is knocked out of bounds. And so PV showing that burst of energy early in this one and trying to set the tone, and a team that's positioned itself well for the postseason with the record and doing a nice job under Coach DeVries and Scott Smith building his program. I had a chance to talk to him a short time ago from Illinois, working his way back to Arizona and trying to build something special here in Chandler Gilbert.
And you can see that there's a lot of movement off the ball with this Chandler Gilbert squad. They are flying on the defensive transition. They are looking to get in behind, pressure cover with their center backs and with their outside backs. They're doing a really good job minimizing the attack that PV is having.
So that ball is trickled out of bounds, and right now this first 3 minutes has really been controlled by PV, and now it's the Coyotes trying to work it upfield. Leah Flores worked it over across, and now on that other side, Kira Kosick, 2 goals and 3 assists, and that one's knocked away. So Coyotes making some noise. Shot, body block, another one's fired away and trickles out of bounds.
For a corner, that's ambitious.
Leah Flores, the sophomore from Gilbert High School. She's a Tiger. Let it rip from about 15, 20 yards out.
You know, at that point, sometimes you don't always need the best shot. You just need to put the ball in the mix, see what happens. And in that case, it ricocheted and we got a corner kick out of it.
So a corner kick opportunity for the home team. This one fired up, and a good one.
It's good service.
Point blank, and this one knocked out of bounds. So good shot from the corner. Mia Romero gave her team an opportunity, and that's all you can ask off a corner kick is get it in the box, and she did just that.
And again, it's really, really imperative when you have a game like this that's going to be close, it's going to be fast-paced, it's going to be a lot of heart and determination. When you have those early opportunities, you got to do everything you can to capitalize on them.
So Romero lets this one fly and sails out of bounds over the crossbar. So after an early surge by PV, Chandler Gilbert making a little noise in this last minute to turn the momentum. Now it's the Pumas working it up the field, and Justine Underwood. Now it's dumped back down and giving chase is Flores. Flores knocking a body out. Flores shot,
wow.
And it's good!
What an individual effort that
What
was.
a shot by Aaliyah Flores. Bangs it home from the right side. A missile.
That was pure heart and determination
And
right
the
there.
Coyotes howling in the first 5 minutes from Chandler Gilbert. And look at her, loud and proud, working up the field, high-fiving her bench. Aaliyah Flores with a dagger from the right side. And super work by the super sophomore from Gilbert High, shining bright in her backyard. Justine Underwood giving chase. And you know, the funny thing is about a matchup like this, and the first matchup, look, a lot of these kids played each other in high school in different circuits or in the club level. So there's no strangers when these teams made up. They've met in some capacity over the course of time, whether on the club circuit or the youth circuit or in club ball or high school, somewhere along the line.
Yeah, and you maybe, the first time you play against this team as a team, but these individuals, you see them all throughout your career as a youth player in club and high school. And so you start to know each other's tendencies, which makes it even a tougher game to play at the collegiate level like this, and it makes games really fun to watch.
So Chandler Gilbert really coming out. Another shot on goal, and Emily Richards is being tested early and often. So after coming out maybe in a little bit of a Thursday night slumber because of the lightning storm that pushed this one back, all of a sudden the home white is awake and kicking in a big way.
And they have no signs of stopping on this. Like, they are just I think what's going to happen is they're going to continue to see this success, and they're going to continue to put numbers around up and attacking third. But what's going to be interesting is if PV can respond, PV's going to have to answer the call. And right now, they're standing on their heels. They're sitting in. They're waiting for the counter. We'll see if it pays off later in the game.
And what I'm liking right now is, like, anytime that Justine Underwood is close to getting the soccer ball, Mia Romero is in her pocket, right? So it's like
absolutely.
right there. It's like you're defending the best offensive players. You're not giving them room to breathe, and I think that's the statement that Coach Scott Smith is sending early on. We're going to be right there. You're not going to have breathing room to roam around.
They have done their homework. They are prepped. They know exactly what they need to do, and they're starting to execute it right now.
Jayla Patrick getting it up the field as Underwood gives its chase, and this one knocked back up the field as Jayla Patrick tries to get control of the ball. She knocks it up. Underwood, that back end, doing a good job of. Allie Mizell shoots it up the field. Now another opportunity potentially for Flores. Can Flores turn the corner? And this one gets knocked away by PV. And coming up slowly after hitting the turf, gingerly getting up, Evelyn Cadenas. And Cadenas showing that heart and fire, because if she did not knock the ball away, it was Flores with another one-on-one opportunity and against Emily Richards.
They're going to have to find their composure defensively. PV is going to. They're going to have to manage this. They're going to have to keep everything to a minimum and find the connected passes out of the back.
Allie Mizell gets it up to Romero. A little possession game up the field. Going to like what you're seeing from Chandler Gilbert, really controlling the pace. And we talked about the passing that we didn't see in the first game, and we're seeing it from this girls squad, really connecting, using the field and utilizing short passes in the 20 to 30 feet range and really connecting and working the ball up well.
It's doing the small things correctly, and it's doing them consistently that has paid off so far for Chandler Gilbert. Their first touch, their connected passes, everything looks a lot cleaner than it does for the other team. And they keep doing the small things, control, and this game could get away from PV if they're not careful.
So PV chasing the game, and Romero giving chase as Justine Underwood, and Mizell's back there as well and works that ball. Shoots it up the sidelines, and Mizell, hey, give her credit, had to get it away, and now the quick throw-in by Emma Pasco, and Underwood and Romero battling it out, and gotta love that back end, and Mizell just shoots it back up the field, and this one out of bounds will go in favor of the Pumas on the throw-in. A little give and go between Layla Salas and Joey Dunn. Salas in the middle of the field and working that left side, and works that left side. Emma Pasco. Pasco shoots it up the field. Mizell's there. PV. Shot, and this one's going to go wide. Shot fired by number 19, Harley Kuntz, and we can't say enough about her. 11 goals coming in. Top 10 in the conference. Aggressive offensive player. One to watch out for. Played her high school ball at Sandra Day O'Connor, and this one's ripped over the goalpost.
Starting to see some life out of this PV attacking force.
So PV now starting to make some noise and making Tatum Lally work on that back end, putting a sense of fear in her spine. Lally fires it up. Michaela Sider worked in that back end. Michaela Sider trying to move the ball up, and PV gets it in quickly. Underwood and Jayla Patrick working that ball on that left side. Underwood picking herself up from the turf.
Underwood has put in a tremendous amount of work early on in this half.
setting the tone for a team, and that's what you expect out of leaders, to come out and set the tone. Patrick banging bodies against Michelle Munoz. Now it's going back the other way. Giving chase is Flores. And this one shot back up the field, working that Ben Angelica Lucero, former Chandler High star. Now it's bodies colliding, and it's the Pumas with possession. 1-0 as Aaliyah Flores with a dagger from the right side beating Emily Richards. So we saw it in the first game. Chandler Gilbert came out early. Sam Bellows set the tone. Eventually, TV skill and determination that eventually led to a 3-1 victory. Now can the girls, Chandler Gilbert, hold their own on home turf and take the victory?
That's one of the tricky things about going up so early on in a half, is that you still have the rest of the game to go play. And a lot of things can go right, but it only takes 1 or 2 things to go wrong, and it kind of deters.
And Michaela Sider knocked it up the field and chased down by Joey Dunn, shoots it wide, and Emily Richards will coordinate her defensive unit.
I like the confidence she had. Even though she was off balance, she still took the shot to see what could come from it.
You've got to be aggressive. You've got to take shots. You've got to make the goaltender think at all times that ball is going to be shot my way. And you never know where that. I'm all about the philosophy, Coach. If you're going to lose, you're going to lose 150 miles an hour. You're going to win, you're going to play 150 miles an hour, right? You're going to make mistakes, but
no matter what,
you never can question the energy or effort, right?
That at a minimum, your effort has to be there to give you something.
So, Mia Romero, 2 goals and 1 assist, former Hamilton star. Free kick opportunity and boots this one. This was a good one. And she tests Richards, and that just sails over the crossbar.
Just barely.
And once again, it's Chandler Gilbert putting a little fear into Emily Richards back there, right? I mean, Richards ranked in the top 5 in the conference and saves with 30, but she's had to think a little bit in this first half, and that's what you want to see. And Coach Scott Smith and his staff, they've come out and set the tone, doing a nice job. His team has come out, and they've been aggressive, and they've set a nice tone. And now Emily Richards comes hustling up out of the box.
And now what Chandler Gilbert is doing, they're forcing this keeper to do extra work and to be on her toes 100% of the time.
And now it's that defensive unit, and they try to get the ball up to Justine Underwood, and they could not. So now it's Chandler Gilbert on that defensive attack. Now it's going back the other way. This is shot up the field. Jayla Patrick, very talented. She shoots it off to Justine Underwood. And look at that, Chandler Gilbert back line. Great hustle play. Bodies coming across and not making it easy and forcing Underwood out of bounds, right? And that's what you call effort. And right there, you can't quantify what that means in the course of a game. You saw effort from the midfielders, the defenders racing back and getting and not allowing Underwood to be in a potential one-on-one opportunity.
And you to see Underwood's individual effort there. She went about 40 to 50 yards on a dead sprint against 4 Chandler Gilbert backline, and she still went after it. You can't coach that kind of stuff.
You can't, and that's just leadership right there. And Flores once again. And you know what? That young lady out of Gilbert High School, she's coming, and she's got goals on her mind. She's looking to freaking pound that back in the net, and she's just a relentless assault of leather, and she's coming out here with a force and attitude.
You know, that's actually a pretty good foul as a center back right there. Professional foul. You know, if she doesn't make that play, it's probably a 2v1, a 1v1. She kind of had to make that foul right there, so I think that's a smart idea. Slow the pace of the counterattack, get numbers in behind the ball, and regroup.
And sometimes you have to do that. I mean, as long as it's not a hard foul, you're not setting the tone physically by trying to purposely hurt someone, but doing it strategically where the refs know, look, you did that out of a course of stopping a great offensive set. They get it. They make the call. It's possession right there where the foul was called, and here we go. This one smoked down the field.
Service.
Yeah. And giving chase. It's Flores, and I look at Flores. She's playing both ends, and I love that. You know, Aaliyah Flores coming out, setting the tone, and Sider as well. Michaela Sider working that ball up the field. Joey Dunn giving chase, and Sider knocks it across. Flores, and Flores had the opportunity. She laced it right across, and that one bounces right into the hands of Emily Richards. But no question, Aaliyah Flores knew she got a great crossing pass from Sider and had the opportunity. If she could have corralled it, she would have had a one-point-blank look. So we're seeing some good skill from this Chandler Gilbert team, not only on the hustle, getting back defensively and really manning up, but the skill set and the good passing, crisp passing is Jayla Patrick.
What a touch.
And
what a way to break.
Patrick shoots it across, and this one goes wide. Jayla Patrick with an opportunity and shoots it wide.
Something out of nothing right there. That was absolutely magnificent.
Jayla Patrick, that burst of speed, 5 goals and 4 assists on the year, and just put that in 5th gear and blew past the defensive unit, and that shot just went wide. Tatum Lally watched it go wide and out of her reach. And that's Meisel on that back end. Meisel, good job, and shoots it up the field, get it to Flores.
Good ball movement.
Now Sider, pinpoint. You can't say enough about that, right? Just the good passing, crisp soccer, giving the team the chance to work the ball up the field. Giving the team an opportunity for a good offensive possession, and can't say enough about Allie Meisel in that back end. I mean, she's done a great job and really hustling to the ball and working the ball back up to the midfield, and so far, we've talked a lot about her in this course of this contest, but Harley Kuntz, ranked 9th in the conference with 11 goals, has been a non-factor. And if Chandler Gilbert can continue to do that, if they can continue to somehow contain Underwood and Patrick, they're going to have an opportunity in this game.
So this is an interesting switch here. So with outside forward, I think what they did is they switched sides. On this side, she's going to have more time and space to run at the center, or at this outside back. She's going to have more time and space to get around her, cut inside, and go directly at the goal.
So this one shot and fired by Angelia Lucero. Last time on a corner kick, Mia Romero. Very capable of setting up her teammates in the box. And look, you get that ball in the box, anything can happen. Potential putback, point blank. Someone aggressive, and so this is going to be interesting off the corner.
Put it into the crowd and see what happens.
So Mia Romero setting it up, lets this one fly.
It's good service.
Richards right there. Richards right there knocking it away, and Jayla Patrick giving chase. So once again, Romero showing her skill from that corner.
You know, they're going to have to do a really good job, Chandler Gilbert is, to get the next goal, next 2 goals. They're going to have to work and make something spectacular happen to beat this keeper. Right now, outside of that first goal, she has come to life.
Emily Richards setting herself up for the next phase of her soccer career. Ranked in the top 5 in the conference in saves, ranked in the top 10 in save percentage. And coach, safe to say, when you have a great goalkeeper, it's like having a great point guard or a great quarterback. Safe to say?
Oh no, absolutely. When you have a keeper that is skilled, bought in, but is also a good leader, and she directs traffic in the back, it alleviates the pressure that your back line has to be perfect 100% of the time, because they know they have a quality keeper that's going to protect them in the back.
So Chandler Gilbert dumping it back down. Romero, good move right there. Romero shoots it up. This one gets knocked away. Flores came racing up. So now ball being worked by that
good
right side.
Good movement around the back.
Jayla Patrick. Meisel giving some pressure.
Chandler Gilbert starting to get some players in behind the ball for cover.
Ball
Got
dumped.
this back stick.
This one fired, close range, and this one knocked over. And point blank, Justine Underwood was there, and Underwood shoots it over the crossbar, and it remains 1-0. Some good movement by PV on that attack. And we just saw how skilled Jayla Patrick is coming up on that right side of the field.
They have some pieces to this PV team that makes them extremely dangerous. You cannot, even though you're up 1-0, early game, you're at home, you cannot take that for granted. I mean, this is a really well-prepared PV team. They are willing, they are able, and they've had some opportunities. All they need is one, tie it up.
So both teams in the middle of the field, and right now they've had their first 22 minutes or so to feel each other out as Tatum Lally giving chase. Coach DeVries up on his feet, directing his team. Coach Scott Smith directing his team with a seated approach. Either way it works. Underwood, that left side, she shoots it to the right side of the field. And Lally will track it down, and checking in, Joey Dunn back in the game, number 18. Dunn from Boulder Creek High School, up in Anthem, up to 17. And you know what? For me, it's so good to see these young ladies who played high school ball and played club or playing soccer their whole lives to be at this next level and continuing to follow their passion of playing and competing and just continuing to press on with their soccer careers.
And what's special to me about this at this point in their career is that for club and when you're in high school, you have a really big push from the parents to make you play. When you get to this level, it's because you're choosing to be here. So now it means a little bit different to the individual player. They're here because they want to be here. And so you start to see some of the determination, their work ethic, and really what they want out of this. And I mean, it's their picture to paint, and some of them are doing a fantastic job making it their own. And that's when you start to see magic happen. And it's something that they're going to be able to take with them for the rest of their lives. So they're a collegiate athlete. The percentage of that with high school and club athletes, very small percentage actually go and play in college. This is special.
And for some, like, no question, Emily Richards, when you're ranked in the top 5 as a goalkeeper in a conference, she's going to get an opportunity to play at the next level and secure that next level of soccer career. So we're about 22 minutes plus into this one. What have we seen so far from Chandler Gilbert that stands out?
So they are very relentless when they get into the attack. What's interesting is they're attacking with at least 6 to 7 players. They're throwing all their forwards up. They're putting their midfield, and they're getting one or both of their outside backs in the attack at the same time. And they're not losing possession. They are starting to finish their attacking run with a shot or a corner kick. Very rarely have they turn over the ball and get countered. That is something that's very difficult. Once they get into the attack, it results in a shot, a corner kick, or, first couple of minutes, a goal.
Now, when I flip it over to PV, it's very obvious. You can see the skill of Justine Underwood, who's dynamic with the ball. You can see Jayla Patrick, who can make things happen in the open field. So there's no question this is kind of Chandler Gilbert's all-out aggressive approach, and it's PV's skilled offensive players, and so it's a little bit of a chess match. And if Chandler Gilbert can continue to put the bodies on that skill, if they can hold out and potentially win this one.
Well, and a player like Underwood, she's very gifted on the ball. She's very skilled, cool, calm, collected on the ball, but you don't want to give her time and space to receive the ball and go at you. So you put a lot of pressure on their back. You don't let them turn. The downside of that is she is so skilled, she can make something out of it.
So Kiera Cossack, right side. Cossack fires it up, and this one sails over the crossbar. So once again, Chandler Gilbert, great crossing pass. Set up Cossack, and Cossack, with a good look, just sails high.
And these are the results that you're looking for when you get in the attack. Again, it is ending either in a corner kick, a shot, or a goal. And if they can continue to do that and not lose possession in the transition, it's going to be a long day for the PV's defenders.
So we are 23 minutes into this one and change. And it's the home team loud and proud with a 1-0 lead and a Leah Flores goal early in this one. And Chandler Gilbert showing a relentless approach. And Scott Smith in his first year, you can tell he's building something. He's building something of his own fortitude, showing presence and aggressiveness and a team commitment to attacking the ball. And right now, through the first part of this first half, really paying off.
And you can see a sense of urgency for Chandler Gilbert when they get in the attack. They're putting numbers around the ball, and they are looking to connect passes, move around PV's midfield. And so far, they've done a pretty good job with it.
So Jayla Patrick in the middle of the field. Patrick,
she's special.
Yeah, no question. Gets up the field, and
what a
Justine Underwood and Mia Romero then in that back end, and Underwood giving chase, and good work by Chandler Gilbert. Mizell there taking the ball away from Underwood, and I've been impressed by Mizell. I've been impressed by Mia Romero. That back line, Kiara Kosick has been hustling. We see the plays right in front of us. How about that? Great effort by Taylor Brown right there, the freshman from Basha High. Bears Nation, Basha very close, and you can see that aggressiveness right in front of us. She was putting a body on a body. And you know what? When you turn on the film, Coach, and if you're coaching Chandler Gilbert and you see that, that makes you smile.
Absolutely. It's that heart, it's that will and desire to finish out a play, to put a little extra in it that your opponent's not doing. So when you have that in a player, it's always a good feeling to see what they're doing.
So Chandler Gilbert up and down the lineup, showing aggressive attitude. Now Jayla Patrick, Mia Romero back on defense, and that's a great effort by Romero.
Fantastic job.
And then Patrick gets it out to Justine Underwood. Underwood, great move by Underwood, the crossover.
She is so cool on the ball.
And the shot, and this one is good. That one is in.
Absolutely magic.
And give the credit where credit is due, and that goes to Harley Kuntz. We talked about her in the open. You can contain her for only so long, and Harley Kuntz delivers on the great feed, and this one knotted at one. So we talked about Harley Kuntz through the first 23 minutes or so. Haven't really heard much of her, haven't seen her, but on that offensive possession, had a look from the right side and buried it. And that's what the great players do. The opportunities, they sink them.
And already Chandler Gilbert is deep in the attacking third, looking for another shot. That's how quick this game can change. They just got scored on, and instantly they're in the attacking third, in the box looking for a goal.
Yeah, Kiara Kosick working aggressively through that right side, the crossing pass over, and a good shot by Melissa Galiz. Galiz with 3 goals on the season, so she's a force offensively. So now, giving chase, Taylor Brown. Mia Romero shoots it across the other side of the field, and this one's knocked up the field, and Chandler Gilbert, Flores, and Joey Dunn knocks it up and goes in favor of PV. So that's a great response by Chandler Gilbert. They give up the quick goal, immediately go back on the offensive attack and start working that back end of PV and let them know, look, we're not going away. And that's the best message an offensive unit can send to the opposing team.
And that's the heart that we're talking about with this Chandler Gilbert team. There is a desire there to keep winning.
And we got a shot from that right side, and that right side almost goes in. An electric effort coming up the field. And Harley Kuntz again, and all of a sudden, I might have woken up the sleeping monster.
You may have knocked on that door.
23 minutes. I said, look, Harley Kuntz has been quiet, and all of a sudden,
she heard you.
She is loud and proud. I've woken her up.
This.
Kuntz has tied it, and now she almost rips a shot from the right side that gives PV the lead. Lally will fire it up the field, and Jayla Patrick giving chase, and right now, an important 17 minutes for Chandler Gilbert. Not to be affected by the athleticism of PV, and just continue their approach, and obviously put a tighter body right now in Harley Kuntz.
Man, this PV offense is really coming alive in the last couple of minutes. It is. I mean, these 3 up top, this is a dynamic forward group for PV. It's been fun to watch them kind of get around, confuse the back line of Chandler Gilbert, and you actually create some goal-scoring opportunities. And when any of these three have shot the ball, they're putting it on a rope, on a laser.
Underwood, Kuntz, and Patrick. It's a dynamic triangle, right?
Yep.
And needless to say, they set each other up so well. It's like they've been playing together for 10, 15 years, and the communication between the three, it's almost instinctive the way they operate. But now it's Chandler Gilbert with an opportunity to slowly, methodically work the ball up the field, and they rip it across, and Joey Dunn is there for
a good cover.
Good work. Good work by Tess Pendleton, the freshman out of Highland High School. 2 goals and 2 assists on the year. And so Chandler Gilbert with an opportunity.
You can see these last couple of shots that Chandler Gilbert has had. They've been off target. They've been sailing over. It's almost like it doesn't matter. They're getting the shots off, and that's what matters. When they start doing it consistently, things can happen. And the back line for PV, they understand that they know this, that they cannot give up those opportunities very often.
Underwood there in the back end, firing it across and saving the back end to Sil Munoz. So right there, Mizell working, and Jailer Patrick is putting a little bit on of a dribbling display right there and just really working it.
Chandler Gilbert did a fantastic job not giving her time and space to receive that ball, but even so, she is so talented, she found her way around that.
And that was 11-on-11, Munoz against Jailer Patrick, and this one shot up the field, and Kuntz is there, and Kuntz with the header, and once again, roughly in the target of Lale, who secures it. So Tatum Lale has felt the wrath of Holly Kuntz in those last 5 minutes or so and worked up that right side. Seitzer and Joey Dunn in that back end. And Joey Dunn has played a good soccer game for this PV squad.
Absolutely.
All you can see is a blonde streak of hair flying toward the ball, and Joey Dunn's getting after it. And same about Mia Romero. She's been great. And you just got to always applaud the hustle and effort of players.
You know, with PV's offense, I mean, you can even look when the ball is back with their center backs and their outside backs. Their top 3 are constantly moving in between CGCC's back line. When you start to do that, you create gaps and opens, and they might be able to slip through here.
Kira Kosick that right side, giving chase. Kosick rips it across, and Emily Richards comes out of the box and secures it.
Good save.
So excellent effort by Kira Kosick. Easily 20 yards away, gives it a good rip, and once again putting pressure on Emily Richards, and Richards coming out of the box and securing it. So back and forth, these two teams really firing some silos at each other, and Jailer Patrick just dumping it down on the look around. And Kuntz giving chase. Kuntz coming up that right side and taken away by Emma Zavala. And that was paramount. If Zavala does not cut that off, Kuntz is going to have an opportunity point blank from that right side. And she's so talented, she would have an opportunity for her second goal tonight.
She is looking like she hasn't eaten in a couple days, and she wants to score these goals, eat as much as possible, and just score. I mean, this kid, wow, her ability to make something happen and put a shot on frame, something special.
Yeah, the buffet is officially open for her.
Absolutely.
And it's all you can eat, and she's hungry for some more. So throw in. Good body contact by Chandler Gilbert and Joey Dunn. We talked about Joey Dunn racing from the other side of the field.
Yep.
And look, I'm a big fan of a defender who's just playing up and down the field and playing with such heart. And Joey Dunn of Paradise Valley is doing that right now, as well as on the back end for Chandler Gilbert, Allie Mizell, the sophomore from Chandler High, doing a great job, as well as Mia Romero. Defenders don't get a lot of the press. They don't get a lot of the love, but man, they work hard on the field. They work nonstop.
You know, as a center back in my days, that statement is so very true. But if you make a mistake, that's not good.
Sider knocking it up, getting tangled up on that back end. Janice Lloyd knocking it away. So an opportunity from the corner. Throw in. This one's knocked away, so Chandler Gilbert making that PV back line work. And Mia Romero will set up her teammates. Closing in on 11 minutes left in this first half. You're watching the Coyotes and Pumas right here on the Chandler Gilbert Sports Network, streaming live on YouTube. Joe Pequeno, Grant Wagner on the call. This one fired across. And that bullet sails wide as Michaela Sider, the freshman from ALA Gilbert North, gave it a good rip. And Emily Richards is all decked out in the visiting green. She's working hard between the pipes in this one. No easy affair. Ball trickles out of bounds in favor of PV. And you can see Jayla Patrick already down on that right side, and Justine Underwood in the middle of the field.
They are locked into this game every moment.
So good work, and now that was almost a near opportunity for Kiera Kosick in that right side. That ball would have squirted just a little bit.
Great defensive block.
And Kuntz coming up. Kuntz with an opportunity, looking for another goal. That shot was rifled.
She's a good 25, 26, maybe 27 yards outside the frame, and she decides to hit that. Man, what can she not do?
Harley Kuntz. Like I said, there are three dynamic players: Jayla Patrick, Justine Underwood, and Harley Kuntz, really showing high-level soccer instincts. And it's like they've been playing together for years and making it look very easy. And then on right side, DeVries dumping it down. Kiera Kosick working that right side.
It's a very good 1v1 tackle there by Paradise Valley.
Ball
very
taken
good.
away. So Mia Romero. And DeVries talking to his team, not letting up. Dumping it down that right side. Sider giving chase. Joey Dunn in that back end. So Sider will have an opportunity on the throw-in. Sider throws it in. Leah Flores scoring that first goal. I think that was Tess Peldon. Peldon showing some good footwork, and this one coming back the other way is Kuntz on that back end. Kuntz fires it up. Jayla Patrick. Allie Mizell knocks it across. Good pass to Mia Romero. And then that's just good instinctive teamwork. Close passing, not too far. Get the ball to your teammate. Allows you to work that ball back up on the offensive end.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And what's going to be interesting, if Chandler Gilbert can see this, if they switch the point of attack, the opposite outside back, you can land a 747 with the real estate that's open over there. If they can switch the point of attack and get it out to her, they can create something out of this.
So Michelle Munoz, left side. Coming up the field. Good move. Tess Peldon. Now it's Mia Romero on that right side, getting fed by Melissa Galiz.
Oh, that's a good first touch inside.
Kiera Kosick. Kosick rips it, and Kosick bangs it home! Kiera Kosick, right side, beats Emily Richards, and the Coyotes howling back on top 2-1.
What a fantastic strike. What a ball that was, huh?
Kiera Kosick.
Off the inside of post, goes back across, dips in. Wow, that first touch she had, back inside, beat the defender, takes the rip.
Just a beautiful shot on that left side, and Emily Richards could not handle the heat, and Chandler Gilbert,
man, what an
stepping
answer.
up.
7.5 left in this half, and that was their response. I mean, wow.
Just a fantastic offensive effort. Kiera Kosick, and fed well by our teammates, and if we had replay, we'd show it to you and give credit to her where the assist was due, because the assist was set up beautifully. But no question, Chandler Gilbert has proven in this game they're not going away. And that's the beauty of this team. Scott Smith's first year, he's building something. He's building a team with, you can see it. First time I've seen this team play, so I'm not part of the coaching staff. I don't get paid by Chandler Gilbert. So I'm seeing heart, I'm seeing effort, and I'm seeing great communication and good teamwork by Scott Smith's team.
And they have a never-stop attitude to this game. And no matter what, they had not stopped working. Even after getting that goal scored against them, they did not stop.
And they continue to battle. And they're making PV work. And now it's being chased on that back end. And it goes in favor of Chandler Gilbert. Throw in. Dumped in that right side. Sider was there giving chase. Michelle Munoz in on that as well.
Nice little give and go. What an athlete.
Underwood, and this one's knocked away by Mia Romero. So Underwood's coming up, racing up that right side, and Romero blocking off the kicking opportunity. Defending her goalie, being in the great position. And once again, Kuntz right there, point blank. Kuntz fires, and this one trickles to the right of Tatum Lally. And Lally wiping the brow sweat off her forehead on that one as Kuntz looking for goal number 13 on the year.
She just did a no-look pivot shot. Who does that? And she almost put it on frame. I mean, I just the confidence in a forward to have the ability to know that you have the ability to make that shot and score it. Wow.
And once again, you can't say enough about the pass to get the ball to Kuntz as well. And Kiera Kosick with Dunn, and how about Kosick keeping the ball alive? Kosick coming up that right side. Kosick one-on-one against Dunn. Working hard, and this one knocked out of bounds in favor of Chandler Gilbert. And let's give Kiera Kosick a little love in his first half. She has been explosive and dynamic, and really in the open field has the ability to turn the corner and make something special happen.
She has made this back line a little nervous.
So Kosick shoots it, and this one will go out of bounds. So back in favor of Emily Richards as the tall, cool one comes out of the pipes. And it'll give her team an opportunity, closing in on 4 minutes left in this first half. A very entertaining first half.
Lots happened, yeah.
I mean, look, these two teams have really gotten after it. We've seen explosive plays. We've seen some great team soccer. The teamwork and the passing has been on point. Dynamic offensive plays on both sides. And Kiera Kosick, another opportunity coming up the right side. Kosick rips it across.
Ooh, good defense.
And Aaliyah Flores was almost there on that pass across, setting up another potential goal. Romero shoots it. Munoz will fire up that right side, and Kiera Kosick knocks it across. Flores giving chase. Romero the header. Kuntz deep on that back end, the midfielder firing up that right side, giving chase. Emma Zavala, the freshman. Oregon Mountain High.
Smooth passing, just keeping it cool, calm, and collected. Connecting these passes, not losing it in transition, keeping possession.
And
this is how you move. This is how you move a team and create some gaps and some opportunities. Well done.
Well done, and the passing it's pinpoint. It's 20, 30 feet away, keeping it short and simple. Not getting too far where a defender can come in and take the ball away. So Chandler Gilbert really showing great team concepts and taking advantage of their opportunities when they presented themselves. Emily Richards. And, you know, for me, I'm really glad we get to see Emily Richards being worked, because when you see a goalie who's ranked in the top 5 in the league in saves, as she is, coming in with 60, you want to see what she's capable of doing.
Did she get her? No.
And this one high, and this one sails.
Wow, the ambition on that hit.
And that was a great stroke. Great effort by Melissa Galees, the sophomore from Desert Vista. She's a Thunder and almost provided it with that shot right there.
I love seeing that kind of sucker IQ out of a player.
Yeah.
Sees the opportunity, decides to take it. I love it.
Absolutely. Be aggressive. Play the game hard. Go after it. Go for the win. Good work. Shot across. Tess Pelnan, some good footwork on that back end right there, feeding a crossfield pass, and this one trickles out. Emily Richards is like, look, I just want to get out of this first half. I've had enough of this team, man. I don't want to see them anymore. Look, I'm ranked top 5 in the conference. If I keep playing this game, I'm going to slip to top, in the lower half. Because Chandler Gilbert's making that young lady work.
Chandler Gilbert has had some phenomenal answers for this Paradise Valley defense, but also for their attacking piece. Chandler Gilbert has done a great job answering it.
Yeah, Aaliyah Flores picking herself up from the turf, so the call goes in favor. So an opportunity here. And, Coach, what do you see right here happening?
Well, this could be dangerous for Paradise Valley. They have a really high line. If she decides to hit it over and it ricochets back, Paradise Valley may not be in a position to recover this. They're holding a really high line. I think she's going to have to go for this.
Romero lets it fly, and this one sails high and wide, and with under 30 seconds left in this first half, and she could have knocked that one through. What a momentum boost that would have been for the Coyotes heading into the half.
And it's not a bad half played by Paradise Valley. They have had some opportunities. Ball may not have gone their way a couple times, but they are in this game. Like this game is not done by any measure.
And Allie Mizell denying Jayla Patrick. Patrick was streaking up that left side, and Mizell just knocking the ball up. And you know what? Chandler Gilbert at the half, 45 minutes into the books, and the home team wearing the home white with the home teal, standing loud and proud with a 2-1 lead. And this is a team that, with a coach in his first year, and you can tell by the effort that he's building something, and that something could be turning into something special in this team with a solid first half play.
You know, it's funny to watch both teams come off of this half. They're both tired. They're smiling. They both have a lot of fight left in them, but they knew they just came out of a dogfight, both teams in that half.
So Chandler Gilbert took the lead early in Aaliyah Flores' goal, and then it was Harley Kuntz in about the 20-minute mark. And then Kiera Kosick, point blank, and knocks it home, and that is where we are. 2-1, Chandler Gilbert with the halftime lead. We'll take a halftime break on the Chandler Gilbert Sports Network, and you're watching the Pumas and the Coyotes, the nightcap from Chandler Gilbert. More soccer, second half, straight ahead. So welcome back to the campus of Chandler Gilbert, and the home team huddled up for the second half with a 2-1 halftime lead. Aaliyah Flores got the scoring going for Chandler Gilbert with a goal in the first 6 minutes. Harley Kuntz at about 23 minutes left in the first half, tied it at 1, and then Kiera Kosick with a electric goal from the right side with a laser that Emily Richards wanted no part of and was not in a position to even contest for a 2-1 lead. And now we've closing in on the second half. And, Coach, what can we expect from these two teams?
Well, I think you're going to see, again, a lot more press from Paradise Valley. I think what they need to do, they really need to continue to hit, bring the ball out wide, try to find a couple crosses. They've been a little bit too direct when they got into the attack in the first half, although they got a great goal out of it. I think they just need to work the ball around a little bit more, open up some passing lanes with Chandler Gilbert, and just kind of seep it through. I think Chandler Gilbert, they're in command of this game for the most part. They need to retain possession. They shouldn't feel that they're underneath too much pressure, but they do need to collect the ball. They need to connect the ball. They need to keep possession, and they need to continue with these attacking runs. I mean, almost every attacking run they have had, it's resulted in a cross, a shot, or a corner kick. They need to keep that press up.
What's been very impressive, you talked about the press right off the bat. Melissa Galiz and Michaela Sider attacking the defenders, going after the ball immediately, setting the tone, and that led to a shot opportunity. So right off the bat with their aggressiveness and hustle, setting the tone for the second half. And by no means can they afford to sit back and be complacent against a team with such talented players and as Justine Underwood and Harley Kuntz, as well as Jayla Patrick. That dynamic threesome right there, oh so good. So Chandler Gilbert coming out, setting a good aggressive tone in the second half. And the ball continues to be in their possession as they work that ball from the sidelines. And
if Chandler Gilbert can keep the tempo of this game at a very, very high level, they're going to have a lot more opportunities. Although this makes me very, very nervous with Chandler Gilbert. They're going 2v2 in the back off a set piece. Okay, now they called it back. Much better.
Lucero fires it, this one deep and this one high and over the crossbar. So Lucero gave it a rip, and once again, Emily Richards, no room for comfort back there. She's got that green jersey on, and she's feeling all kinds of green from all kinds of shots on the field.
She is forced to have to work today in probably a lot of games where she doesn't have to work as much. She's having to work tonight.
So Romero and Justine Underwood getting tangled up there, and I love the effort by Underwood just coming right back off the field after getting bumped and just going right back into play. And that's what you call poise and composure, right?
Absolutely.
Not being affected by the physicality of the game. Just getting right back into it.
And you know what's really impressive about Underwood is you can look, she is physically limping a little right now. She has her left leg wrapped. She is not 100%, and yet she looks like 110% when she's playing. That's impressive.
So, you know, and correct me if I'm wrong, Coach, because you've seen it 1,000 times, but where she's got that wrap, it's high in her leg. She could be battling a little bit of a hamstring injury, correct?
Could be a hamstring. It could be a really, really high quad or even a hip flexor, but more than likely it's going to be a quad issue, which is going to take away the power from her shots. The longer this game goes, I would probably say once you're about 18 minutes left in this half, she'll probably come off and replace her. Unless she's still going at it and she's still feeling good, they may play her the entire game, but kind of look and see, okay, well, how much is she going to be able to produce later in this game? What a great turn.
Flores fires it, and that's a shot off the body of Evelyn Cadenas. And Cadenas, you know what, just gave herself up, and that's what a good defender does, right?
Absolutely.
Take a shot off the body.
As a goalkeeper, you're probably giving her a high five at the end of the game.
And this one is knocked deep in that Chandler Gilbert end and just knocked out of bounds. So Justine Underwood is kind of, if a D1 coach is out there is looking for someone to potentially as a forward, and if they're looking for someone who's got heart and is willing to do whatever for a team, she fits the bill.
I mean, if I'm a D1 scout, if I'm a scout in general, and I'm coming to this game, and I'm specifically looking at Paradise Valley, I've got 3 forwards I'm choosing from. And how do you pick? They're all 3 phenomenal players.
3 dynamic players making their mark here. Now a kick right there, and Lally on a good fire from that end. And of course, it was Kuntz on the kick who was point blank, right?
Right.
And Sider gets the ball taken away. Good hustle play. Taking up that right side. Kuntz working it. Romero giving chase. Kuntz turns the corner. Kuntz bangs the body. Romero falls. Shot. And this one knocked away. And spin move by Kuntz, and fires and rips a laser out in front. And it was Chandler Gilbert knocking away. Great effort on the play. Looked like Aaron Holt, number 9, the freshman, in on there. But once again, Kuntz showing the skill set, and that skill set is awfully scary.
And she's a physical player to deal with.
Oh,
She's quick, she's fast, she's good on the ball, and she's physical. Man.
no question. Romero got tangled up in that end. She gave Romero just the slight bump, and she won that physicality battle as Romero hit the turf. And luckily, Chandler Gilbert walks away from that onslaught, still with the 2-1 lead. So, as we talked about earlier, Kuntz non-factor first 23 minutes, and the sportscaster curse. I kind of talked about her being a non-factor, and all of a sudden she's been a different player ever since.
She said, I hear you, Joe.
Yeah. She's like, oh yeah, smart guy? I got something for you. You keep talking. I'll give you reasons to shut your mouth. So Jalen Patrick and Mizell shoots across the field as Melissa Galees. Now it's worked back up the field. Kuntz giving chase. Mizell knocking it away. Good effort by Ali Mizell. Shoots it up the field. And
What a ball.
Ilea Flores. And Flores gets taken down and
Yes.
is the call out.
Oh, no. Questionable on the card on this one. But
Questionable card.
what
as
a phenomenal
bodies were
attack.
tagging.
that's a good ball in. She does a great job keeping the ball outside, drawing the foul just outside the 18. I mean, you got to think she's looking at her chops on this one. She wants to put it on frame, go 3-1 up.
No question. Flores in an attacking position. You got to like her shot on Richards on a one-on-one. And now it's an opportunity for Ali Mizell. And Mizell, will she set up her teammates, or she's going to fire to that potential right side of the goal? Mizell eyeing over. Mizell lets it fly, and Mizell lets it fly. This one over the crossbar.
Man.
And Mizell gave it a good rip. A foot lower, and Scott Smith was watching that one closely as he sits back in his chair, and he knows he was close to having it 3-1, right? He's laughing over there, and he knows it. Sider and getting tangled up. This one, more bodies, and good work by Evelyn Cadenas. And Cadenas has been like a human battering ram on taking soccer balls off her body left and right. But you know what? She gets a Purple Heart in my book.
Yeah, she's had to do a lot of ice baths tonight.
Yeah, you know what? It's like she's got to go to Circle K and ice up, but you know she's up for the challenge and just doing a tremendous job.
And you know, and she's still running. There is no stopping this kid.
Still running by the back end, and this has been a great effort game by both sides. You can't say enough about Chandler Gilbert's pursuit on the defenders attacking the offensive players, and then for PV, we've seen their back end just challenge the ball and take body shots and doing whatever's necessary. Layla Salas, Mountain Point High, checking in. Mountain Point, part of the Pride Nation. 1 assist, and she waves loud and proud for Pride Nation. Mountain Point located in the Ahwatukee area. Rival next door is Desert Vista. This one deep in the end, and this one bodies colliding as Richards on that back end. And I would love if we had a timeout here. I'd ask Layla Salas who won the Tukey Bowl, because you know Layla knows. Layla locked in, so she's totally not paying attention.
She's keeping
to me.
it a secret, Joe.
And rightfully so, but no question. Look, if you go to Desert Vista, you go to Mountain Point, you know who won the Tukey Bowl every year, because that's bragging rights for a whole year, right?
Absolutely, absolutely.
So checking out is Emma Pasco, and former Cactus Shadows High star, getting a breather. Joey Dunn. Joey Dunn, whose engine's never empty. She came here with a full tank, and now it's still reading on F the whole time. And that's what you want out of a defender. And she is just relentless, and she's all over the place. 5'3" sophomore out of Boulder Creek, up the I-17, that Anthem area, just north of the city. Now being chased down, and Richards coming out of the box, secure it, not messing around. Richards will say, I got this one, girlfriends, and knocks it up to the middle portion of the field, and Kuntz is right there, and now it's Mia Richards, and Richards drops it back down.
She's been on point tonight.
Yeah.
Mia has just been absolutely fantastic.
Good work by that back end. Munoz getting up the field, shooting up that left side. Elise working over Flores.
Wow.
Little give and go. Sider coming up and just misses on the pass. Sider just a foot away from potentially a one-on-one look. And good takeaway by Munoz. Kuntz was coming in. Now Kuntz on the throw-in. And Mia Romero has had a fantastic game. You name it, she's been up and down this field. Knocked away. Lucero knocks it back up the field. Flores up that right side.
Watch his back stick run by Chandler Gilbert.
Kiera Kosick.
Oh, that's gonna head her out.
Salas is there knocking it away. Galees fighting. Galees turning the corner. Galees has it taken away by Cadenius.
Wins a corner kick out of it. Does a great job getting something out of nothing there.
So an opportunity for Chandler Gilbert.
This could be a defining moment of the game right here. If Chandler Gilbert can put something on frame.
Tess Pendleton, the freshman from Highland High. Boots this one. Close range and
Came close.
Flores off the body. Try to knock it in off her chest and roll just to the right of Emily Richards. So this intensity between these two teams really picking up. Sider on that back end. Ball is knocked out of bounds. 34 minutes left in this second frame with Chandler Gilbert clinging to a 2-1 lead. Tess Pendleton in the corner. Pendleton fires it across. Point blank. This one shot wide. And once again, it was Kiera Kosick, point blank, almost knocked it in for her second goal of the night. So Chandler Gilbert with some relentless pressure here in the last 3-4 minutes, really stepping up. And Tess Pendleton with a great corner kick just a short second ago with another opportunity. Pendleton lets this one rip.
And you can see Chandler Gilbert is really respecting this three up top. They're dropping deep back in. They want some cover just for something like that to happen when they kill the attack for Paradise Valley.
And Jayla Patrick was given chase, but Aaron Holt, the freshman from Ben Franklin in the Southeast Valley, knocks it away. So good response by the back end of Chandler Gilbert to deny Jayla Patrick potential one-on-one opportunity racing up that left side. So got to really like what you're seeing from this Chandler Gilbert team, showing some poise on both ends. A relentless pursuit offensively, a couple good corner kick opportunities, making Richards sweat again, then defensively getting back. And once again, Kuntz denied by a good aggressive play by Chandler Gilbert on the back end. And that's the big thing for Chandler Gilbert. Can they continue to press Kuntz, Underwood, and Patrick, make them work, put body on a body? Can they do it for the full 90.
If
That's
they
the big
can,
question.
if they can manage the entry passes into those 3 forwards' feet and prevent them from making things happen.
And Daniela Kosick about to check in, a freshman from Higley High School. She's loud and proud, giving us the thumbs up. She's ready to get after it. She's fired up. She's ready to go.
That's a bit of a frustration shot that got away from Coons, but she's still hungry. She's still looking. She believes she can hit a shot from a range. And again, you just can't give a kid with that kind of talent that space to be able to take those shots.
Michaela Sider checking out. Once again, Daniela Kosick checking in, and Sider's been great in this one. She's played both ends of the field and done a nice job. So Lally working up that right side, and here comes Kiera Kosick.
Good attacking run.
And Kosick just really showing that burst. And you just love, you love that change of the field, right? Kosick shoots it across, and that one just
so
wide.
close.
Kiera Kosick.
Wow.
My goodness, just a bolt of lightning from the midfield. Owned it for 50 yards, shot it wide, and made Emily Richards sweat again. Richards diving, and the ball just trickles wide. But just another fantastic effort by Kiera Kosick.
And I mean, let's go with it. What a fantastic save! She has kept this team in this game. It's still a 1-goal game. I am surprised. Like, I am just amazed.
Emily Richards earning her potential all-league honors. Corner kick. This one header almost banged in.
And that's why she's a top 5.
Allie Mizell. Looked like Mizell was there on the header that almost trickled into that right side, and Kosick was there to clean it up. And so another good sequence of offensive execution by Chandler Gilbert. So Daniela Kosick, who just checked in tonight from Higley, out to Flores. Flores rips it across the field.
What a fantastic switch.
Kiera Kosick. Kosick coming up. Kosick lets it rip. Kosick just goes wide. Kiera Kosick. Flores hits the turf. No call. They play on.
Wow, what
Now
a
it's
horribly
Coons
missed call.
coming up that right side, giving chase. Galiz, Mia Romero, and Romero just shoots it out. As Justine Underwood was giving chase, but Kiera Kosick has been dynamic in this one.
Man, I am sure glad I'm not playing in this game, because that's a player you do not want to play against. She is so dangerous. She is so dynamic. She's agile. She can change direction on a dime like she just did. She has pace. She has aggression, and she can shoot.
I got to tell you, the girls tonight in this one, the ladies have earned the top billing.
Ooh, man, they have. They absolutely have.
They
This
have
has been fun.
earned the top billing on both sides. Corner kick opportunity. This one sails wide, and PV tries to launch it in and gets knocked away as giving chase. Jayla Patrick on her giddy up and knocked out of bounds by Chandler Gilbert. So a great hustle play as Patrick was closing in. And that was Kiera Kosick. So Kosick not only doing it offensively, but challenging Patrick for that ball on that out-of-bounds play as well.
Paradise Valley is coming up with an attacking piece right now. If they can string together a couple passes, get it around, they could make something happen here.
So Tatum Lally, who's had a quiet second half between the pipes, hasn't been tested too much because that back end of Chandler Gilbert doing a great job as Daniela Kosick coming up that left side. Kosick shoots it across. That's a great pass to Leah Flores right there. Now back, dump back, but now taken away by Taven Gormley. And now it's Tess Pelton, and whistle goes against Chandler Gilbert, but you can't say enough from the pass from Kosick to Flores. Set it up perfectly. And we've seen some great pinpoint passing by this Chandler Gilbert team tonight.
And again, to come off the bench, it is vitally important that you are productive and you make a positive impact on the game, and she absolutely has.
And Mia Romero feeds Cossack. Cossack down that left side. Flores about 20 feet away.
Ooh,
Ball
almost
gets
gets it.
taken away. Shot back the other way. Good hustle play.
Look at this battle, right? This is just fantastic to watch these
Meisel.
two players go at it.
Meisel and Patrick, watch them work it, right? That's a sheer
Wow.
effort on both ends.
Fantastic job.
Now
by both.
Underwood giving chase to Romero, and Romero finding Meisel on that left side. Meisel shoots it. Now dump back down. That's just some great possession soccer by Chandler Gilbert, right?
Absolutely.
And just instinctive. Bodies flying right there. Cossack knocking heads with Shayla Mobo in that one. Cossack throwing it in. Flores giving chase. Evelyn Cadenas, and Cadenas fires up the field. Romero on the header, beating Underwood in the play. Dump to the middle. Munoz stopping it back down. Meisel fires it across. And Flores getting chased in the middle of the field. And hold your
boy,
breath.
here it goes.
Kiara Cossack. Cossack right side. Cossack coming up. Cossack lets it rip. Cossack over the crossbar.
Ooh. This kid is having the game
Kiara
of her
Cossack.
life right now, man.
My goodness.
This is fun.
She is putting on a show. Kiara Cossack, the freshman from Higley High School. She's a knight, and she's shining bright here on the campus of Chandler Gilbert, just having an amazing game, putting pressure on Emily Richards left and right.
And you know, the holding mid for Chandler Gilbert Munoz, she has held down the midfield very well. She distributes the ball very well. She's cool, calm, and collected on the ball.
Mia Romero. Romero lets this one rip, and this one scoots past Richards out of bounds, and Richards will bring it back up the field. And you can't say enough. We talked about the midfielders have done a nice job of controlling the pace and having the poise at times to drop the ball back defensively and having the defense redirect and push the ball back up the field as well.
Having a competent midfield that can keep possession, and they know when to pass it back, when to go forward, when to get rid of it. It is very nice as a center back, as an outside back, to have that kind of confidence in your midfield. It makes a difference in the game. Well done, Mia. Great header out of the way.
Great job by Mia Romero, because if she doesn't, Justine Underwood's racing toward Tatum Lally for a potential one-on-one opportunity. So that was just, once again, we've talked about the aggressiveness, the will and desire to compete, and we're seeing this from this Chandler Gilbert squad, doing a tremendous job. And it's right in the middle. And here comes Chandler Gilbert working
Just
it.
outside of her reach.
And Cadenas has been a force, make no mistake. Evelyn Cadenas, the sophomore from Maryville High School, playing hard, taking body shots and going after, putting the body around. Here she is at midfield, battling Flores, and not afraid to take a body down and still going after the ball, right? Just give Flores a hustle credit there. The call goes against her, but you know what? She set the tone, going out there and being relentless, a relentless effort.
That level of competition, I love to see that fire in players.
And making Flores work. And Romero, under 24 minutes left, have an opportunity to rip this one down the field, and she shoots a good one. Kuntz is there.
And if you're Paradise Valley, my only suggestion to them is don't lose heart, don't lose faith. Just keep going, keep pressing. Things are going to happen. And in the split second when there's an opening and there's a gap, you have 3 qualified forwards that can put the ball in the back of the net 30 yards out on a rope.
Patience is the key. Just give them an opportunity. And you're hoping, if you're PV, that Chandler Gilbert has a moment of just not locking up, a moment of space, and that's all this PV team needs, just a moment of space. So checking back in, Taylor Brown taking a breather after taking a knock. Melissa Galeese looked like she's hurt that right arm as she gets looked at by the trainer. Melissa Galais has had a really solid game, playing hard up and down the field. Underwood fires this one up, and Tatum Lally giving chase and secures it. Sliding, and she's safe in the third base. So Lally with an opportunity to reposition her team with 22 minutes left. This one knocked, and it's Flores giving the header attempt, and then it's
Fantastic flick.
this one knocked over. Now it's Daniela Kosick coming up the field and getting bumped by Jenna Youngs. Kosick and Youngs going at it. Kosick getting across. Kosick battling, going into that heart of that defensive unit and just showing some spirit and fight and keeping the ball and with an opportunity.
Now with the water break.
So, Coach, we're halfway through this second half, and it's the home team, courtesy of a Kiera Kosick goal to put them up 2-1. And what have you seen from Chandler Gilbert through the first 22 minutes or so?
They're not afraid to attack. They are not afraid to attack. What they have found is some success. Switching the flank, using the right side of the field. I mean, the amount of pressure and crosses and shots that have come from the right side of the field, it has been absolutely fun to watch. The excitement to build the ball from that side. But they're also now starting to find some success here on the left side of the field. What I would want them to do is to continue to find their target forward, have her come from out of the back line in the midfield, receive, distribute, try to draw out a center back, try to draw an outside back out of position. Now Chandler Gilbert can start running the other forwards into the gaps that they just created. If they can do that, they're going to have more shot opportunities. But on the flip side, Paradise, again, this game is a long way from being over. Paradise Valley should not be in a lull. They looked a little shell-shocked right now. Coming into the second half, they've gotten this game taken to them, but they have so many pieces in their arsenal to make this game a tie game. I mean, one goal, it's tied, it's a completely different game.
And when we talk about players that are making their mark in this rivalry, Kiera Kosick has really owned this last 10 minutes of this game offensively. She has been arguably the best player offensively in this game for the last 10-minute stretch.
No question asked. I mean, again, she is so quick. She is agile. She's not afraid to attack. And she has the ball skill to attack you down the flank and just instantly cut it in with speed, not lose a step, and still go and try to get the shot off.
So the first time around these two teams met, Justine Underwood's goal was the difference as PV knocked off the Coyotes 1-0 a month ago, and that was, of course, at Paradise Valley. Now, here we are, a month later, and the home team is looking to change the fortunes of this rematch. And it's always good. Look, anytime you got a league game, I don't care what the records are, it's always intense because it's bragging rights for a full year. And Chandler Gilbert stepping up to the task on home turf. 21 minutes and counting.
I should have brought a jacket tonight. It's a little cold out on this Arizona night.
Yeah, you're right. It's only about, 78 degrees?
Yeah.
Are you freezing?
No. I am loving this weather. This is perfect soccer weather, man.
This is... We're at that Chamber of Commerce weather right now, right? In about another month, Coach, we're going to be seeing pictures of, people freezing all over the United States of America, and we're going to be just enjoying it here. This one, shot, and that's Kosick, and Kosick with an opportunity there, and this time the shot sails high. And Emily Richards, once again, sweating back there. She is being attacked, and that time it was a great crossing pass by Kosick, who fed, actually, Kosick to... Kosick to Kosick. Not sure if they're sisters. I lost my train of thought. Did I just say this?
I think you did. I think you did. But it's been such a good game. I can understand it. It's okay.
Yeah.
Oh, kind of a wasted opportunity there. They hit the wrong gap. She should have went between the outside back and the center back instead of going straight between the center backs on that pass.
Yeah. So there was Daniela Kosick making the perfect pass to Kiera Kosick. So I was correct. I just wanted to make sure. Look, we don't pretend to know every player inside and out. We do our best. Now, if I called this game the next time around, I'd be firing off names left and right. But we're close. In a 2-1 Chandler Gilbert lead. And the momentum with the home team, if they can kill another 20 minutes and change. And Mizell on the throw-in and
Has that
Kosick
cheeky
coming
little
in.
pass.
Kosick was giving chase, and Munoz coming up from the middle. Now dump that back in. Mizell gets it blocked. Fighting, scrapping, working that sidelines with Shayla Mobo. Mobo, I want to say her brother plays on the boys' team. I'm not sure. I can't confirm relations, but I'm almost going to say it's 100% correct.
I think you're safe with that assumption.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's not like a universal name like Smith or Johnson or, right?
Absolutely.
Or Wagner.
Or Wagner, you know.
Yeah. So we like to think that we put 2 and 2 together, and you know, I don't claim to be a smart man, but I do have the claim of a University of South Florida degree.
There you go. Okay.
So I do have something that I'm loud and proud of. Back
Good step.
Yes. Poundon lets it rip, and Poundon right into the gut of Emily Richards, and I love the aggressiveness of Tess Poundon. Had an open look and said, I'm taking it.
Doesn't even hesitate. She knows what she was going to do with it before she got it.
Yeah. Now it's Kuntz coming up, and
very questionable call there. I thought that was straight up on both of them. I didn't see a foul on any of those two players.
No. So it's Kosick on that right side, and that one gets taken away by, looked like Joey Dunn. And dropping on the turf is a hustle effort play by Lila Salas. Taylor Brown on the header. Work to that right side. Kuntz giving chase. Kuntz working the ball skills. Trying to turn the corner. And good work by Michelle Munoz was there. Worked it hard. Racing off. Kosick checking out. Also checking out. Tess Poundon having a great game. So a lot of bodies being worked, and that's the hallmark of Coach Smith's team. Deep bench, everyone plays, everyone's got to contribute.
They make that difference as soon as they get into the field. That's the thing. That's the staple of a team. Again, if you make a positive difference as soon as you get on the field, you don't lose a step as a team.
Corner kick opportunity for PV. This one shot. Close range. Kuntz with an opportunity. She was going up for the header and could not connect. Now ball being worked in that corner and knocked out of bounds. So looks like it's going to be another PV opportunity. This time the throw in. Knocked out yet again. Dumped down. Patrick working that ball and
coming from an offside position, it looks like AR is saying it's an offsides.
so Salas doing some good work on that offensive possession for PV in that corner. And this one ripped by Meisel up the field.
That's a silly foul right there.
Unnecessary foul as Salas picks herself up from the turf.
And I was just going to say, too, we haven't seen too many fouls in the defensive third for either team. They've done a pretty good job keeping that to a minimum.
We've seen calmer heads in the nightcap, right?
Absolutely. Oh, what a bull. Man, she's in an offside position anyways.
Calmer heads by these two squads compared to the first one on the boys' side. Both teams not just playing for league pride, but playing for bragging rights. And the home team stepping up. Chandler Gilbert coming into this one riding a 5-game losing streak, but you couldn't tell by the effort here tonight.
Not at all. You would look like it doesn't even phase them. On a 5-game losing streak, they've come in and they've had one heck of an answer to that.
And that's just a great hustle play by Kuntz right there. No hesitation. Kick that into 5th gear and put that Porsche into overdrive, right?
Well, and I guarantee you, wherever she is, Chandler Gilbert is always mindful that she is on their doorstep, and to have that pressure so much on your shoulders, I mean, it's, you know, you don't dare make a mistake around her.
You can. Too dynamic, and she can just shoot from so many different angles. She's like Patrick Mahomes, who can throw the ball at so many different slots, and Kuntz is that same kind of player.
Absolutely.
Ripped across, shot, and an attempt by Sider that goes into the arms of Emily Richards, but still a good sequence of offensive pressure by Chandler Gilbert. Jalen Patrick giving chase, Underwood coming up. Mia Richards shoots it across. Munoz, now they work on that back end precisely.
Their ability to work out of pressure is impressive. And now look, they're in the attack transition immediately.
And Kosik's coming up that right side. Kosik trying to turn the corner. Kosik in still, fires it, knocked away. Ball still in play. Kosik fires it across and goes out of bounds. And Kosik's one of those players, just hold your breath. The highlight's just ready to happen.
I think she's probably one player, if she were to get a clean connection on a shot, she'll sink one, but she'll probably sink another one right after it.
She's had some tough angles tonight, no question. She's coming around that corner, putting on the speed, trying to turn the corner and beat the defender. She's always looking to turn that corner and put the pressure on. And Jayla Patrick's the same kind of player doing that for PV. Now an open opportunity. Kuntz coming up. Kuntz, right side. Mizell loses a foot. Kuntz fires it across.
No one's
cleared
there.
out. Shot by PV. Salas fires it, but Kuntz, that's an opportunity, and PV, no one responded, did not approach that net. Spectators on that possession. And this one's knocked out of play. PV with a point-blank look. Patrick in on it. So possession error remains with PV. Fired in. Munoz knocks it away. Samantha Garcia there, fires it in the corner. And this one goes out of bounds and in favor of Chandler Gilbert. Closing in on 12 minutes left as Tess Pendleton checks back in a matter of moments. Checking out Taylor Brown. The Basha Bear, the former Basha Bear star, coming out. Home team with 13 minutes, make that 11:45 left to clear out.
What a battle this has been on both sides of the ball.
Kuntz fires it. Giving chase in that back end. Kuntz trying to keep it alive. Trying to give a little give and go. Playing that on the back end, and that's a shot right there. Angelia Lucero fires it. And taking the punishment and just looking for some breathing room is Shayla Mobo, that is. Shot fired. Lally holds on to it.
She's had a relatively easygoing night except for this last couple of minutes.
Nothing too high pressure, right? Ripped across. Seitzer, now it's Kuntz coming up that right side of the field. Munoz giving chase. Dumped down in that back end. Worked by Mobo. in that corner. Fighting in that corner. It's Meisel coming up and doing a great job. Meisel fires it up. Flores works it up the other side.
Could be a foul here.
Joey Dunn and Kosick getting tangled up. And good pressure and great ball movement. Meisel to Flores to Kosick. Pinpoint passing leads to an offensive opportunity. Under 10 minutes left in this one. You're watching the Chandler Gilbert Coyotes taking on crosstown league rival Paradise Valley, the Pumas. Chandler Gilbert trying to snap a 5-game skid with a 2-1 lead. Putting the pressure on. Kosick rips it across the header.
That's in. That's a fantastic cross.
That is in.
What a beauty.
That is a beaut. And it is in.
Wow. What a cross. What
Aaliyah
a finish.
Flores. Kosick to Flores. And a 3-1 Chandler Gilbert lead.
Muscles her way across the defender, heads the ball in, outside the reach of the keeper. What a finish.
Aaliyah Flores proving a mind is a terrible thing to waste. And delivering. And a 3-1 lead. Now Kuntz coming up. No question, she's feeling the pressure of trailing by 2 and rips a shot. And Tatum Lalley's there and hauls it in. 12th in saves coming into this one in league with 26. A true freshman, and this Chandler Gilbert squad, impressive, skilled, good team effort, hustling, and with something to prove. Look, you get to a point in the season, Coach. You've been on some downsides of a season, and things are spiraling out of control, and this team has proven that they're better than a 5-game skid.
It's very difficult and very easy at the same time to have a 5-game losing streak at the forefront of your mind going into a game, and you're like, well, there's no light at the end of the tunnel, but yet at the same time they've done a good job cultivating an environment here on the team of never stopping and always believing, and 3-1 goal scorer. I mean, wow. You can tell their belief is strong. They believe in themselves. They kept on with their game plan, and it's panned out very well. They're having fun. They're smiling, and they're still attacking. They're still trying to find things out of nothing. And it's just been a really good game for Chandler Gilbert to come back from.
Aaliyah Flores with a couple goals. She now has 3 on the season, and can't talk enough about the effort of Kiera Kosick, who came into this one with 2 goals and 3 assists, adding to her totals as well. And then along the way, let's talk about some of the heroes like Mia Romero and Ali Meisel in that back end. Michelle Munoz playing great at the midfield position. And just a collective team effort to be in this position with 7 minutes and change to potentially walk off this field and the lights go off and knowing they were victorious. But still plenty of time left. Underwood, that left side. Underwood tries to shoot it across and looking for an opportunity, and this one knocked in, and this one is in and fired from that left side, and that left side is good. Shayla Mobo fires it home, and PV not done yet.
And it's just like that. It can change as quickly as that.
And Justine Underwood,
man,
that great point guard mentality on the field coming into this one. Underwood, ranked 4th in the conference in assists with 8, picks up her 9th assist, finding Mobo, and Mobo with a good look and beats Lally from that right side. 3-2. Anyone's game. Don't go anywhere. This one worth staying for, and then some. The ladies getting the top billing, and they are living up to it tonight. They have just delivered on every aspect of this one. Dynamic offensive play, skilled, desire, hunger, and now look at this. Chandler Gilbert looking to answer immediately, and I love it. Corner opportunity. Looks like Tess Peldon. Peldon lets it fly. Going for the header was Munoz.
And look for the counter to be very, very quick and fast and very physical here.
Mizell right there, and Mizell works up the field because Jalen Patrick was trying to take it back the other way. Mizell working it deep in. Mizell gets taken down. Now it's Patrick and Mizell exchanging words back and forth, and Mizell walking it off as the ref gets in the middle between those two.
You know, that was fairly tame for what we've seen tonight.
Absolutely. So now, you know what? Gonna kind of like the effort and chippiness by both teams, because this last 5 minutes, man, this is where it's all gonna be won right here. Now Mobo hits the turf as Mizell comes back up and rips it down the field. Sider giving chase. This one knocked out of bounds. Good hustle play by Cadenius, who's been fantastic. And the PV coaching staff up on their feet.
Well, they start to feel that the tides could be turning here. You got 5 minutes left in this game, and that's a lot of time to play.
5 minutes and change, and no question on both sides, you got dynamic playmakers. Kuntz, Underwood, Patrick. We saw that with Mobo with the opportunity. On the other side, Kiera Kosick, Aaliyah Flores. Tess Pendleton's been great, and Pendleton's been great from the corner. She has given her team multiple opportunities. Pendleton lets it fly.
That's just a good ball.
That one just sails high. And giving chase and keeping it under control.
What a move.
This one fired.
This kid has just come out of nowhere.
And
another
just a
good
great
save.
effort. Emily Richards diving and putting the big paw and knocking it away. Richards helped up, and can't say enough about her effort in this one.
Her back line owes her a debt of gratitude for the game that she has pulled off tonight.
So Tess Pendleton, once again, corner kick opportunity. Pendleton fires it in.
Just past the keeper. Wow.
Sider
Off the set piece.
Off the header. Point blank. Tess Pendleton, the beautiful corner kick. And it is Michaela Sider, the freshman from ALA Gilbert North, makes it 4-2. Fantastic execution. Tess Pendleton. Michaela Sider, her second goal of the year. And the second goal allows some breathing room for the Coyotes.
And they are still not done with the attack. They are still going to press. They're still going to run it down the flank. And they're still going to put the ball in the box. And another corner.
So just when Paradise Valley just seemed to have all the momentum, Chandler Gilbert races right back. Good offensive sets. Pendleton so great from the corner. And Sider, the header, point blank, and bangs it home for a 4-2 lead. Now Pendleton from the other corner. Lets this one rip. This one falls short and knocked ahead.
Look for her to put this ball back in the box.
Allie Mizell coming up. Patrick giving chase. Mizell. Patrick hits the turf. And that was so inadvertent. And I gotta tell you, I don't think a card was called on that, and I don't think one deserved to come out, because it looked like Patrick just got caught in the back end of Mizell on that play.
Sounded a lot worse than what it actually was.
No question. Got to give Patrick a little bit of an acting award in that one, you know, because it didn't look that bad. Flores shoots it down the field.
And if I'm her in that situation, I'm probably doing the same thing too, going down, making a look, trying to take that foul, draw the foul, see what we can make out of it.
Absolutely. So, good work in the middle of the field.
Good first touch.
Good hustle play by Melissa Gallies. Bodies flying. Kosick on that end. Each second so vital for PV. Can't afford to waste any time. And for Chandler Gilbert, each second they control the leather is closer to victory.
This is the time where game management starts to come into play. Slow the pace. Don't give up these silly defensive set pieces.
Jenna Youngs fires it. Youngs rips that one deep, and Lally is right there and just falls on it. $1:51 left. Home team closer to stopping a 5-game skid. Jen and Patrick giving chase. Patrick on her giddy
That's
up,
a
fires
hit.
this one, and Patrick
Wow!
rips it.
Are you kidding me?
My goodness, what a goal by Jayla Patrick.
She said, open shot, I'll take it, thank you.
Jayla Patrick from about 25 yards out from the left side just blisters it.
No one is stopping that. What a hit.
$1:23 left.
The-
And
who-
PV refusing to get on the bus.
You have to love this. What a story this has become.
What a fantastic effort by both sides as Melissa Galees works her way off the field. This one dumped down deep in PV territory. And Jenna Youngs will get it back in. Costa giving chase. Ball is blocked, and Taylor Brown will fire this one, and Emily Richards will gather it. PV's got 56 seconds to try to tie this one up. Richards has got to get the ball down the field. Good effort by Sider right there. Sider knocking it out of bounds in 44 seconds and counting.
You can feel a little bit of that anxiety, that little bit of hope they have that there could be something here at the tunnel.
Mizell works it up the field. And Kuntz and Patrick anxious for another opportunity. Mizell and Patrick, they've battled hard in this game. Kuntz fires it down. That one headed. Great effort. That's a
You know
great
who they're
hustle
looking for up
play.
top. This could be. She is on
Justine Underwood.
just past the keep. What a
And Lally with the
save.
save. Great save by Tatum Lally.
Fantastic save.
Denying Justine Underwood. Underwood,
PV's
coming
looking for a
in.
PK here on that one, but no.
they're not going to
Wow.
get it. And that does it. Chandler Gilbert on a late attempt by Justine Underwood on the header. And Tatum Lally comes up with a game-saving save. And Chandler Gilbert stops a 5-game losing streak, winning 4-3, knocking off Paradise Valley in a highly entertaining showdown.
What a match.
And now these two rivals, and Justine Underwood, can't say enough about her showing some great sportsmanship coming over, and that's just a great display by Justine Underwood.
Absolutely love seeing that in players. Absolutely.
No question. Justine Underwood played so hard in this one and gives Mizell a bump in the back. And Justine Underwood, great team effort all the way around. Had to yell that out to the young lady who just played a fantastic game. And let's see if we can grab Coach Smith and maybe his players, if they've got a moment. I'm going to walk over real quick and see if we'll be right back. So we welcome you back 3-2, and then Mobo came off the bench for Paradise Valley, made it 3-2, and then it was off the corner kick. Tess Pendleton to Michaela Sider with the header right there, and then Jayla Patrick refusing to quit. And then in the closing seconds, you wanted drama? Well, PV brought it with Justine Underwood on a near header for a goal that tied it. So a great effort by this Chandler Gilbert squad as they improve to 4-8 overall, and as we look at the standings for Chandler Gilbert, now 2-6 in conference play, make that 5-7 overall. So great effort by them, and for PV they fall to 3-5 in league, 6-5 overall, and just a really dynamic soccer game on both sides. We saw incredible skill, and for Coach Smith, who's wrapping up he's talking to his coaching staff. We'll see if we can grab Coach Smith here in a second, exchange some words with him. This could be, for a team that lost 5 straight, maybe a turning point for what he's building for the future of this team.
Absolutely. I mean, you can tell the atmosphere is different with this team. You can tell they had a point to this game, and they executed to the game plan, and there was no stopping this Chandler Gilbert team. They really went after it. They had a lot of confidence, and it showed out there on the field, and you can see the chemistry with this team amongst each other. It really propelled them. A 4-3 win over at home against Paradise Valley, a hard team to beat. They did it at home, and it was magnificent goals. I mean, 4 goals on a quality keeper, and it was teamwork from the back all the way to the front the entire game.
Yeah, and what was impressive tonight, no question, we're seeing the next set of D1 athletes coming out of these programs. Jayla Patrick, who's got her hands crossed in midfield for Paradise Valley, she put on a display. Harley Kuntz, so gifted. Of course, Justine Underwood, so gifted as well for PV. And the other side, we saw some fantastic efforts, and Kiera Kosick was amazing. The freshman, so dazzling. And, of course, Aaliyah Flores with a couple goals on the night. And can't say enough from top to bottom, from Mia Romero on that back end to Ali Meisel to Seitzer, and that point-blank header that was so crucial, and that turned out to be the difference in the game.
Absolutely.
And their ability to respond after a PV bright moment was paramount. And we've got Scott Smith, who is closing in. And, Coach, I'm going to trade your mic for his in a second. I'm going to see if I can get a player to come over. Matter of fact, I'm going to grab a player. Coach, you interview Coach Smith, and I'll grab a player real quick, okay?
So we have Coach Scott Smith here with a fantastic win against a very strong Paradise Valley team. Scott, what do you think the outcome was tonight? What contributed to it?
I think we've been working against some tough competition the last several games, and it's been something we've had to battle, work on our defensive shape, and then we've gotten a lot of kids with a lot of confidence right now. Flores was awesome today. Kiara was awesome today. We've generated how we want to attack, how we want to look to create opportunities, and now we're finding that end result, which it was a gritty performance from both teams. They are very good. They're very dynamic offensively. Our back line was solid today. A couple of little mistakes here and there, but for the most part, we did what we needed to win the game.
It looked like you guys had a definite game plan. Did you guys execute to that game plan pretty accurately?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, there's a couple things that we can clean up. Obviously, anytime you're giving up goals, there's stuff you can clean up. But I think what we were trying to do offensively, what we were trying to take away defensively, we did a very good job of it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, what we saw was absolutely fantastic. For me, watching Chandler Gilbert for the first game, I mean, this is a night and day difference from what has probably been, especially when the boys played. That game to this game, completely different atmosphere. It looked like you guys are meshing well. The chemistry is there. Coming off of a 5-game losing streak to come out and, I would say, do just about dominate Paradise Valley. I mean, that takes a lot of prepping. It takes a lot of work, and the kids did a fantastic job tonight.
Yeah, I mean, we've been preaching just the hardworking attitude of, we don't give up. Our back's against the wall. We got to keep going. We got to keep going. They've bought into what I've been trying to instill, and our assistants have been doing a great job with it. It's good to see the result, going for us for once in the last few games. But right now, our back's against the wall. We got to win out to give ourselves a chance at playoffs, and that's exciting. They're really focused on it and want to make that happen for us.
Going into those last couple of games with this kind of a win, it's got to make you feel good.
Yes, absolutely.
Good, awesome. Well, hey, I appreciate you.
Oh, yeah.
All right, that was Grant Wagner, who goes from head coach to interviewer, and he was fantastic. I'm going to bring in Mia Romero, who did such a great job in that back end for Chandler Gilbert. And Mia, first off, congratulations on the win. Your thoughts of coming out here, getting victory, and ending a 5-game skid.
Honestly, it felt amazing. It had been a few games since we had a win, but I really think our team chemistry really showed. Our win out there really came together.
Yeah, you guys did a really good job. And what was really impressive is the relentless pursuit tonight. Look, you had a big challenge. Harley Kuntz, Justine Underwood, Jayla Patrick, 3 dynamic offensive players, but it seemed like all the time there was a body on a body, and you constantly put pressure on them. And look, they had their moments in this game, as expected, but for the most part, you did what you had to do, and you made them work for everything, and your defense shined tonight.
Yes, I think our defense really came out tonight and stepped it up. We took it to a whole nother level tonight, and we switched some things around in the back, but it really worked for us, and we stopped them. I mean, yeah, they got 3 goals in, but at the end of the day, we were able to hold them to it, so it was really good.
And Mia, look, this is a rivalry that's been going on for years. You play in the same league, and you lost to them at their place in a highly contested matchup. Justine Underwood was the difference, that 1 goal. How much did you want payback in this one, taking on a league rival, and especially the way the season was kind of spiraling, to get this one back and to finish the season strong?
Honestly, it was all about just staying focused and coming out here and just having the mindset of we want to win it more than they do. And it wasn't really about, coming back from that rivalry. It was just we want it more, and that's exactly what happened, and that's how we won.
Yeah, and for Coach Smith in his first year, you can tell he's going to a deep bench. He's getting a lot of people involved. He wants to play pressure. He wants to put a lot of pressure on the ball. Can you talk about what you're seeing from Coach and his style of play that is resonating with this team and building toward something that maybe years from now you look back on and said, I was part of something that might be special here at Chandler Gilbert for years to come?
Yeah, you know what? He really wants every single one of his players to come out and give their 110%. Whether it's a win or not, as long as everybody is putting their full effort out on that field, that's all he wants from us. And I really think that's amazing, because you don't have a lot of coaches like that want you to go out as hard as you can every single game, regardless of the results, to just play as a team and develop as a team and keep going no matter what.
Mia, you were fantastic on camera, so now someone's going to follow you here. So who are you going to recommend amongst this motley group of ladies that are who want me to spoon-feed them the questions before they come out here? Who are you going to recommend here?
So I'm going to recommend Aaliyah Flores.
All right, Aaliyah, you're up, kid. Oh, me? I got to talk? Who are you kidding me? So, Mia, you set the bar.
All right.
Mia has set the bar, so now Aaliyah Flores is going to come in.
Thank you.
Yes, okay.
Oh, no.
So, Aaliyah Flores, come on in, champ. So, first off, congratulations on the victory. And you set the tone early. Point blank look, boom, banged it home.
I know.
Talk about getting the team going with that early goal.
Well, before we were warming up, everybody was on their toes. They just wanted to take that dub today, and we worked really hard for this moment.
Yeah, you guys did, and what I really liked about this game for you guys, anytime you guys took the early lead, and then Kiara was dazzling in the course throughout this game. She showed how dazzling she is. But what I think was really nice is the way you were able to respond anytime Paradise Valley did something dynamic, whether it was Kuntz on that first goal or Patrick or Mobo late in that game as well. Can you talk about your ability to respond in this one and how that played a factor in this one?
Well, sorry, I'm really nervous. I haven't done this before. Well, I was really working hard on going back and forth. They were playing really good. Their defense really good, but I don't know. I'm sorry.
It's
I'm really
okay.
nervous.
So, Aaliyah, what does it mean for this team to get this victory tonight and turn the season back around and get it going in the right direction again?
We really needed this win for playoffs, and it was a good win, and I hope we do good in playoffs for the next game. Yeah. I don't know.
There you go.
I'm
Aaliyah
nervous.
Flores
I'm nervous.
doing so good. And does Tess Pendleton want to talk?
Yeah.
Because Tess Pendleton was fantastic
Yeah, in the
tonight.
mid. Come on.
And Tess, you're up because you played a dynamic role in this one as well. And Aaliyah Flores, a charmer and a great soccer player, and short on words, but she's going to be so much better the next time around,
Yeah,
right?
I'm nervous.
She's a little nervous, but it's all good. So,
Thank you.
yep, stepping in is Tess Pendleton, and Tess, a great game. And Tess, I really liked your aggressiveness. You came out tonight and numerous opportunities. When you had some looks about 20, 30 yards away, there was no hesitation in your game. And talk about the aggressiveness, the way this team came out tonight. Aaliyah set the tone, and you guys continue to follow suit throughout.
Well, I just think with playoffs in, I guess in our future, the number one thing is to just put everything you got into the game, no matter what, no matter how much time we have left of the game. I think we followed through towards the very end. We were putting in goals towards the end. We never stopped giving up. Yes, it got a little sketchy and scary towards the end, but I think we pulled through, and we really pushed towards our goal to play in the playoffs.
And Tess, can you talk a little bit about the way this team responded? Because at the very end, it was a slugfest. It was going back and forth. But every time PV did something dynamic, you guys came right back.
Yep.
It was either like a late, deep offensive possession or some great corner kicks that you set up, and you were fantastic in the corner. You were simply amazing. You set up your teammates. You set up Michaela Seitzer on that header. That was and walk me through that play, because that was a difference in the game.
Well, I honestly don't know. I just look to play right in the perfect spot, and I guess communication too. They put their hands up to where they want the ball to, be played, and I guess I just, listen to them. And on both corners, we followed through. Or on all corners, we almost followed through. We had a lot of good corners, but yeah, Kayla's corner towards the end, that was perfect. I think, like, very, very perfect.
Yeah, you set her up beautifully, point blank, and Michaela just knocked it in. You pulled off the 4-3 victory, and then you had to kind of survive on that last second. Talk me through the final seconds as Justine Underwood was making an incredible charge, and Tatum was there to secure it for the victory.
Yeah, it definitely was scary because, everyone was frantic and everyone was just trying to get the ball out, but I guess we were kind of messy to do so. So it was definitely a scary situation. And yeah, the very last play, it was up in the air with our keeper, going for the ball. It was I was kind of in shock. I was just standing there. I was like, oh no, this better not be another goal, because yeah, the last 10 minutes, it was just one goal after the next. So, but I think we did a great job of, pulling through and, getting the ball out when we needed to.
No question you did that. So now you're on your way to Gateway Community College. You got them next week. They're winless on the season. So how important is it not to drop the level of complacency? not get complacent whatsoever, and just keep being aggressive as you go into that match and not overlook them whatsoever?
I mean, it's one of our last games, so before playoffs, we just need to keep pushing through. We can't give up. We can't, just play around with it. This is the time we need to get serious with it. And, I think we can do a very good job with that because, with this game, our coach before the game was like, hey, this is the time you need to show, you need to do your best and make it through, and I think we did that. So we just need to have the same mindset, throughout the rest of the season and into playoffs.
Tess Pendleton with the big assist as Chandler Gilbert pulls off the 4-3 victory over Paradise Valley. We'll wrap this one up from Chandler Gilbert coming up right here on the Chandler Gilbert Sports Network.
Okay, cool.
Bye, ladies. So, we heard from Coach Scott Smith. We heard from Aaliyah Flores. We heard from Tess Pendleton, Mia Romero, and obviously a very happy squad pulling off the 4-3 victory. And for a team that came in on a 5-game skid, they showed no signs of slumping, moping. They came out ready to play.
It was impressive. You knew they had a point to the play, and they attacked it. It was really fun to watch.
So the team picks up the victory, and now next week they go on the road to take on a winless Gateway Community College squad. And if you're Coach Scott Smith, how do you go about making sure his team doesn't overlook that team and continue the great momentum that they've built here tonight?
I think you keep building off of what you've gone over already this season. You keep hitting on the small things, doing the things that you can control. Control what you can control. Do the small things correctly. Keep going, and you don't want to look past them, but you do have a point to the game, and you can't get to that point if you don't get through that game. And that game could be a very crucial part to their ending of the season.
And, of course, they want to end their season on the positive. And we appreciate you for dialing us up right here on the Chandler Gilbert Sports Network, for all the great people in the Chandler Gilbert Sports Department like A.D. Russell Lewis. He is Grant Wagner. Paul Hutchison in the live stream. I'm Joe Pequeno. Once again, a victorious night for the home team. Chandler Gilbert knocks off PV by the count of 4-3. Thank you for dialing us in. Take care and have a great night.